If you find yourself needing to replace the head gaskets on your 3-liter V6 Toyota 3VZE engine, then you may find through forum posts that everyone recommends using the redesigned OEM Toyota head gaskets. And you may find, if you dig even deeper, that people recommend using the cylinder head rebuild gasket kit called the Valve Grind Kit. And it has a part number of 04112-65018. You may be shocked to see how expensive this box of gaskets costs. It's $300. If you were to price out the head gaskets individually, I think left and right, they're about $60 a piece or something like that. You might be wondering, what are you getting for the other $200 you spend on this box? I had the exact same question. I wanted every single gasket I could possibly need to thoroughly do the head gasket job on this car, so I just went ahead and bought the box. For whatever reason, the internet hasn't answered the age-old question of what's actually inside of this box. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. Here's a little sheet that tells you the new torque values for the fuel rail union bolts. Apparently they got it wrong the first time. So the new redesigned head gaskets are the first thing you see when you open the box. I don't actually know what Toyota redesigned about these. There's a new intake plenum gasket. There's some new valve cover gaskets. I couldn't actually tell you what gasket that goes to. There are two of these, maybe. So here are new exhaust manifold gaskets. These are very nice looking. Intake manifold gaskets. Here's a bag of all kinds of new seals and gaskets. These are the manifold to crossover pipe gaskets. I believe this is left manifold to down pipe / mid pipe gasket, and this is the catalytic converter gasket to mid pipe gasket. And this is just another exhaust gasket. It's the same size as the other two. This looks to me like a thermostat gasket. These are new valve oil seals. There are 6 of them in this bag. Looks like these are new camshaft seals. These soft foam pieces with a adhesive backing. I'm not 100% sure where these go. These might... I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure where these mount to. There's these rubber or even foam half-moon type insulators of some sort. Well, this one's marked left. They have an adhesive backing to them. I believe this is the gasket for the coolant manifold, so where all your coolant sensors plug into. This looks like an EGR gasket. This is another EGR gasket. This is, I believe, the seal for the fan bracket. So the cooling fan bracket. I believe I've seen this on that. Here are 6 more valve oil seals. Don't know why they're not in the baggie, but they aren't. I believe this is the cold start injector gasket. So here are 6 O-rings for the fuel injector insulators. So these are the little plastic cup pieces that go into the intake manifold, and then the injector slides into that. Here's another foam, rubbery foam piece with adhesive backing. I can't tell you where that goes. So here are 6 rubber insulators for the top of the fuel injector. Here are 6 thicker donut style rubber washers. So this is where the bottom of the injector passes through to seal up against that insulator cup. And here are 6 O-rings that seal the fuel injector to the fuel rail. 2 larger aluminum crush washers. Not sure where those go. So there are 8 of these smaller aluminum crush washers, so I believe these would be used if you were to disassemble the fuel rail entirely. So remove all those union bolts. You'd probably need all these to seal that back up. And here's a small aluminum crush washer and a copper crush washer, about the same size of these aluminum ones here. So there it is, all laid out on the bench. Quite a few things here, and I'm sure if you went through and itemized the cost of every single one of these, $300 will be a bargain, especially if you're wanting OEM Toyota everything on your rebuild. But as you can tell by me not knowing what some of these things are, not all of these items are required when simply doing a head gasket change. However, knowing OEM Toyota parts prices, I'm sure these kind of gaskets with these multi-layer steel items, as well as all these rubber bits, it's going to be pretty expensive if you're to buy them all individually. You can see the head gaskets are very nice. So I'm pretty excited about that. The head gaskets alone cost half the amount of this kit. So I'm sure if you started adding all these up, you'd be at $300 pretty quickly. It's definitely nice to have all these exhaust gaskets. These are the things you don't really think about when you're going to change a head gasket. But I mean, you have to disassemble everything that connects to the engine, including the exhaust, and you'll never get old exhaust gaskets to seal back up. So anyway, I thought it'd be helpful for anyone else in the predicament that I'm in of having to change head gaskets. Help them out seeing what's inside of this magic box of parts that Toyota sells as a valve grind kit. Now, if you go back and watch my previous video of all the other parts I bought for this job, you'll see that I double ordered some things. So like these insulator O-rings and all these things related to the fuel injector system, I didn't think that this kit, or I wasn't sure if this kit would have it in there, so I just wanted to make sure so I wasn't waiting on ordering more parts. I have more camshaft oil seals than I needed, but I'm glad I bought a crankshaft oil seal because this kit does not have one. Also, I'm glad I bought all the exhaust studs because this kit does not have that. It assumes that you're not going to have any problems with the studs or any of the hardware associated to that. But it does give you gaskets, so that's good. This kit doesn't give you a PCV valve or a PCV valve grommet, so I'd recommend picking up one of those as well. Alright, so that's all there is for this video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the next video where I start cleaning up some of the parts that make the engine look a little bit fresher, and then we'll start reassembling the engine with all the new gaskets. Until then, see you next time.